with a break, how did you find time for yourself for a busy season, just finding that downtime? How did you kind of do that?
Well, the first day or so, you just want to kind of put things aside, just try to completely shut it out. It's very difficult to do. But you want to make sure that you can mentally decompress, physically get some rest. And you have a couple days to kind of ramp things up and start looking at, some things at the beginning of the week. Just find that balance, of giving your family enough time to, kind of reconnect and enjoy some of that, but knowing that in the stretch we're about to enter, it's a critical phase. We have 11 games in 17 nights, 24 games, between now and the end of the regular season, all compressed within 47 days. So it's a dense, window, but it's a great opportunity for us to kind of make some gains.
Kind of leading into my next question. You always talk about resiliency. Building off that Minnesota one, I saw a lot of grit and resilience. How do you kind of carry that to this final stretch?
Well, I think the most important piece is continue to play the right way. We spoke a little bit before practice began and kind of getting some things, laid out. What do we expect? I think it's the most important thing is we compete every night. We obviously got to get our defense back to a certain level. And we've been able to do that, just making a consistent effort to do that every night and then continue to play offensively with a level of efficiency. I think if we can do those three things, it'll put us in good position.
Even with the break, what was it like just to be back in the gym with the team?
It's good. You kind of miss it. You look forward to a window where you can kind of step aside and take a step back from the grind, but there's a comfort level, with everyone we have here. Being in the gym feels natural. We'll spend a lot of time together as a group, as a staff. They're an extension of your family. So you have a couple days away, which are good. You get to that point where you can't wait to get back and get back to it.
Guy feeling okay?
He was a little under the weather, but he was able to be a partial participant today.
Everybody should be good to go for Friday?
Should be. Brad had a little knee soreness from that Minnesota game, so we just kept him out for precautionary reasons.
So he did not practice?
He did not practice, no.
You said knee soreness?
Yes, he took like had an awkward landing on his right knee and started to swell up a little bit. He got treatments, and they're just going to see if they can calm down a little bit.
Coach, the next 7 of 9 games, including 5 straight, are all against teams kind of situated right around you guys in the East standings. How important are these next?
I mean, to your point, they all are, but we want to attack each game as its own thing. Don't want to look too far down the schedule. Just keeping in mind, most important game is the one right in front of us. So we'll just kind of keep, narrow the scope a little bit in that regard and attack it that way. Just make sure our attention is on the next opponent.
You said for Brad, it's cautionary reasons, no reason to think that he'll miss any time.
I don't know for sure, but we'll list him as questionable.
Cool. I wanted to kind of get back to in-house where we see the go-go, for example, a Jordan, a Quentin, a Chris. What is it so much about this G League team that makes like the gold standard to where you have a tremendous farm system?
Well, I think it's a credit to Mike and his staff and what they've done. We obviously want to make sure we're getting high character, high quality people within the system, but the connectivity, that we have, I think that's helped, those two in particular, kind of grow within the system, being able to plug and play as far as what we do and how we do it. And to their credit, they've taken full advantage of the opportunity. They, compete at a high level every night. They've shown that grit and that toughness, specifically on the defensive end, that we're looking for, and that's going to give them an opportunity.
Yeah, kind of want to pick back on another question. We talk about adversity in that first half of the season. Said it's going to be ups and downs. Who was that player that kind of kept the team kind of focused afloat, like, hey, just stay the course?
Well, I think it was a number of guys, at different times. And I think that's just the way it has to be. It shouldn't be always one player to have to rally the troops and keep everybody's morale up. We all kind of go through it. That's human nature. A handful of guys. Taj is one. Brad was great. Kuz, KP, Anthony Gill, just to name a few. And the fact that regardless of what was going on, and how things were playing out, didn't tip in our favor. But there was of course frustrations, but it never got to the point where guys were ready to quit, kind of cave or fold in and say, you know what, this isn't working. So credit to them that they were able to stay the course, work through it, and I think we've come out better on the other end.
Any celebration or anything for Jordan and his contract?
Well, yeah, we'll do it in our own way, and obviously we're very proud of his accomplishments. Certainly eager to kind of make it official, but the fact that he can be another guy that we can pinpoint, it's in a success story. But the farm system works. The connectivity that we have is playing in our favor, and we're able to use those guys, and move them up, to full-time roster spots. That's certainly a credit to what's going on here.
What do you feel like this team can accomplish from here until the end of the regular season?
Sky's the limit. It's got to stay healthy, got to keep guys in a good rhythm. But the main thing is continue to have good practices and understanding what we have to do and the urgency to the games is really, really important for us.
As a veteran leader, what kinds of things do you say to keep everyone on track that way?
Just staying focused on a day-to-day basis, as far as just getting shots, as far as defensive coverages, bringing energy in practice, staying focused in practice. We have some good couple of games as of late, but the practices was the reason I think why, because we were locked in, guys was looking for each other, and it just showed the way we played the game.
Earlier, immediately you talked about how the guys help you find your joy. Notice with this team, the chemistry, the camaraderie. What's been the brotherhood like as you kind of been going through this season?
It's been great. There's a lot of highs and lows of the season, a lot of tough losses, but the group in the whole has been intact. Guys are always still smiling. We still cheering each other on, understanding what we have to do. But it's been a great group. It's going to continue to be a great group.
And as someone that's in the league as long as you have, the mental side of it, kind of how did you process your All-Star break to get you recharged for this second half run?
Well, just staying focused, staying in the gym. Really, when the older you get, you really can't take too many days off. And one thing about being around these guys is they pay attention to detail. They pay attention to how hard you work, so I don't want to slack off. Always try to lead by example. You never know what could happen, so just having guys back out there today, it felt great because understanding the last couple of weeks, we've been gearing up. We've been having some good practices, and today was one of those good practices, I feel, just having guys back and guys just appreciate being around each other.
24 games remaining and 47 days until the regular season concludes.
Pressure.
Right?
Pressure, yeah.
What's it going to take for the team to kind of recalibrate and reboot for this last push?
Well, just coming together, playing together, coming together, believing in each other, understanding the circumstances, just believing in each other. We can't look forward to the next game. The next game, we just got to take one game at a time. We got New York coming up, just focusing on New York, focusing on ourselves, just trying to stay healthy, trying to keep guys locked in, because a lot of different things, we all know things happen throughout the season, but this is a crucial part of the season. This is tomorrow or day after that we have to take every game like it's our last.
What do you think differentiates a successful team from a not so successful team second half of the season post All-Star break?
Well, just the attitude in the locker room. Guys can easily wing it. Guys can easily let the rope go and just be like, you know what? Let's just go out there and just have some fun and just get some shots up, win or lose. But guys are really into it, understanding what's at stake. Guys are still challenging each other. Guys are still challenging each other in film, calling guys out for the better. And I love the way the team, each guy individually is responding to guys just talking and trying to get the best out of them.
The team's been top 10 in offense since late December. Why is that?
Because we got some good shooters, we got some talented players, but at the same time, our talented players are understanding how to make guys around them better. And I think that the guys around them are continuing to grow, and our young guys are continuing to grow. And it's up to the veterans and guys that got some experience in this league. We really hold our young guys accountable, and it's a full circle. Of course, we have some letdowns, but that's the highs and lows of the game, the highs and lows of the season. But I love how resilient our group is with our backs against the wall.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What are just, you said good practices a few times. What are the key characteristics of a good practice?
Coming out, just playing with energy. Coming out, being high motor. Coming out, just believing, not just staggering around practice, just winging it. Coming out, really challenging yourself, pushing yourself, because you can have a bad game. You can have a couple bad games, but it all comes down to you as a professional. Coming in the next day, giving yourself up for the team, completely drenched in sweat, just trying to get the most and the best out of yourself. And that's what I've been seeing, and that's what I've been seeing on the last couple of practice, like I said before, with the guys, especially the guys that are injured. Everybody's trying to do what they can to help the team come back.